Thunderbolts tower. So, you know, you guys were asking multiples of you over the last handful of years, where's Thunderbolt? So we found an opportunity to bring an entire team in one box, or one giant tower, that doubles as a diorama backdrop for your figures once you get them home. And Deadpool core, and our taco truck. I gotta say, this is probably the most fun I've had in a short while at Hasbro / Marvel, working on the project. It was an absolute team collaboration to come up with this. We were sitting around a conference table and we're like, I said, I want to do Deadpool core for next year. How do we make it better? And every team member just kept making a better, more silly, more awesome, more ridiculous story that that ended up with tacos in a taco tray and a taco truck with Champion. And I had to pitch it to Adam. That was,
I said no 3 times. He got me in the 4th.
You guys have to give it up for these guys, for these two guys.
Surprise still lasts. I think we're going to sell out of the Deadpool core exclusives sooner, possibly by the end of today, maybe early tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have enough Thunderbolts for everyone through tomorrow as well. So if you haven't gotten them, you're interested, head on over to the Hasbro Toy Shop. Wolverine, we're getting a little bit of X-Love out there this year with our Wolverine line. This went through a little bit of revisions as it went from a shelf item to an online item, but I think you should still be happy with the selections you're going to get. And, we're trying to figure out plans for the ones that were originally meant to be swaps and what we can do with them going forward into the following season. So you guys know everybody up there: Cyclops, Wolverine, Sabretooth, and a round 2 for Emma Frost. Quick Puck.
Boo!
Quick Puck. Wow.
No.
You guys seriously don't like Puck?
No, we don't.
No,
we don't
no.
like those figures.
Those figures.
The Happy Meal toys.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Why don't you take this one? After I stall. And then 3 to 4 scale, we have some all-star figures with Logan, a very pretty awesome looking armor for Silver Samurai, and Wolverine and some ninjas. Who doesn't love ninjas? Okay, the final wave of assemblers.
Yay!
Some more fantastic armors from the end of the epic cinematic sequence that was Iron Man 3. So we are at long last getting the Igor armor out there, an artillery armor and a neutrino armor. And the cool thing about if you get Igor is you can put those little teeny legs, these little teeny arms on them, and you can make some really, really fun alternate armors with this whole fantastic swapping of the armors. We know it's not the high articulation that you guys like in so many other lines, but we still think it's a really fun play experience for our children consumers. And still, even if you're just a purist, there's some pretty beautiful armors to put on the shelves if you're into it. Red Snapper, 42, I believe, is this the one? Yeah, okay. 42 has his arc reactor in his chest illuminates. New Red Snapper, another armor from that final sequence, as well as just a fictitious off-screen bonus armor. And then for you, the fans, you can get a super articulated Mark 42 armor, which is coming there, which helps complement the rest of the lines of armors that we've done in the past, similar to Iron Man 2 Mark 1. And a nice Tony Stark as well in his worn-out gear from the beginning of the film.
Check out Amazon and get that one.
Supersize armors, those are good too. So we have a 16 approximately inch armor of the 42 that we're doing in a couple different deco patterns. Here is the fall armor and a off-screen color palette that actually has glow in the dark infused into some of the armor segments. And it's just a giant awesome armor with a Gatling gun and lights and sounds and all the fun that goes along with the toy side of the business as well. Micro mugs. Mighty mugs of many, many years ago keep getting smaller, smaller, and cuter. So from mighty to mini to micro for Iron Man 3, this is the 24 for the year for Iron Man.
have some things of that coming in the future for other executions as well. You see these in the case, Thor. This is our movie line coming out soon. October 1st, fantastic. And this is probably our most articulated, most detailed movie line we've ever done. While it's a small assortment of characters, we're very, very proud of all those extra details that we were able to put into it, all the way across from the design of the figures to the actual final packaging execution too, which is personally my favorite 3/4 inch line we've worked on yet. And there is one more coming, so you have to wait just a few more hours to find out what that might be.
It's pretty cool.
And actually, it is my favorite from the wave.
So come by the booth tomorrow morning to see it.
And you can't have the figures without some role play stuff for the kids to dress up and have some fun. And, or you, clearly, Comic-Con is a place for dress up and fun as well. Right, Wonder Woman? Exactly. So we got our Thor helmet, our new version 2.0 of the foam hammer, as well as a really awesome electronic light-up hammer. Every time you hit it, the whole face of the hammer illuminates with lightning crash sound effects. So, just toys. But we know you guys love Marvel Universe, and these are all the figures you see in the case today. Don't really need to go through the names, just showing you some big, pretty pictures of what's down there. The Wave 4, the final wave of Marvel Universe for the year, has a tweak on Baron Zemo, taking the Masters of Evil pack from last summer's Comic-Con, tweaking some of the details to give you a different costume to the main line, as well as the Big 12s, Cloak to Dagger, Abomination to A-Bomb. That's built off of the Rhino body, which is really, really amazing. And then the black and white armor that was all over the comics last summer, I believe. Remember that, one of my favorite brushes. And, you know, a little family deal with North Star and Nora for you Canadian loving Alpha Flight team members. Anyone here, Canadians? All right, there we go. Black Knight, with his blade, and X-Force Nightcrawler. He's had a lot of comic page time over the last year. 3 packs. The 3 packs are coming to an end as they were, but these are so this is what rounds out the comic 3 packs. Mockingbird, War Machine, and Hawkeye. Emma Frost, Juggalosis, or Colossus, or whatever. We came up with multiple names for them just because it was fun. And Cyclops for the X-Men. And then lastly, we have a Asgardian theme pack coming out this fall as a collector side to the Fantastic movie, and a supplement to that with the modern versions of Valkyrie, Thor, and the first ever Executioner.
Thank you.
We know there's been a lot of questions as to what's going on with Marvel Universe, and we've talked about that in the movie. Marvel Universe is not going away. I've talked to many of you, but just to say it once in front of all of you, Marvel Universe is going to be moving over to Avengers.
Thank you.
And purely a merchandising decision on our part from the marketing side. You know, one of the biggest challenges you've all thrown at us for the last couple of years is, why aren't you getting the waves out? Why aren't you getting all the figures out that you're talking about? A lot of it has to do with the way the retailers roll through the inventory over the course of the year. So one of the things the retailers do want is they want to lean into all the big entertainment that's going on, right? So we've got 2 or 3 major motion pictures here. We've got now 3 pieces of animation that Marvel's going to be delivering. It's an amazing, amazing amount of content. So we're going to lean into that.
Don't have Shield show.
As well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? So we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of storytelling, 365 5 days about Marvel characters. We're going to lean into that. We're going to make it easier for retailers to merchandise against the collector SKUs. They're still going to have the high articulation and the high deco, and Dwight's going to still be allowed to bring out those characters that you guys ask for year after year. We're just going to brand it slightly differently. So in this case, for the 3 3/4, it's going to be branded under Avengers. The packaging look is going to be different than the kids stuff as well. So you know immediately when you get to shelf that it's not the kids stuff. So you'll see that it's premium, it's collector focused, and we're still still gonna have as much fun as we did before. And something similar but a little different on Legends that we'll talk about in a few minutes as well.
And just to add to that point, one of the other things, because I know you guys like details, and I know you don't like change. One of the reasons that we're making this change to go away from the term Marvel Universe is when we first started developing product in Hasbro, that was a specific category that Marvel licensed. So you could license the animated show, you could license a movie, or you could license this brand that we called Marvel Universe, and it had that red brick Marvel that said Universe underneath it, which is what we had in all the packages. And what Marvel does, and what a lot of companies do when it comes down to licensing, is they refresh their licenses all the time. And to have a staple brand like Marvel Universe, it's run since 2006, so it's about time to refresh it. So it was a way for us to all kind of come together and refocus and freshen up this line so we can continue to manufacture it for you guys, but make it seem fresh in the eyes of the retailers, which is really, very important element in getting this product to you guys.
And I think also important to note that one of the most important things in being able to continue to deliver a large collector line year over year is to make sure that we're recruiting new people into the franchise. So the movies are doing a great job of bringing casual collectors into these segments, and we're seeing more pickup there. That's going to allow us to do more segments down the road and more SKUs against these great characters.
So yeah, and what you see in front of you today is just a small section of our team. The Hasbro team and the Marvel team is actually much bigger than just the four of us. And as we move forward into the next season, the new Avengers brand of this is going to be transitioning to a new designer on our team. We're lucky enough to bring a new member, Bobby, on board early in the year. He's got some great past toy history at other companies, and now he's come to Hasbro, and Bobby Vallows will be our new designer, leading the charge on this new 3/4-inch initiative.
And just so you guys know, Bobby Falla has tattoos on his elbows and knees of articulation.
Double articulation.
Not
Hasbro articulation.
So just let that sink in.
So here's a couple of them.
Oh, sweet.
The Grim Reaper, first action figure form in our lines. And a new version of Hyperion, Shrink Him Down. You guys were like, most people were excited about the 6-inch, but the minute we do one figure in 6-inch, the 3/4-inch fans are like, whoa, they're getting all the love, what about us? Well, you can have some too.
Now, Dwight, just to clarify, Hyperion will have lower legs. Grim Reaper will have feet, right?
Actually, times are tight now.
Okay.
We have to look at cost reductions, and we wanted to make a special segment for the customizers.
Okay.
And just give you what you need.
No Jacko please. Just that color.
The craft section with Crayola markers and such is right next door, so you can color them all in and make them awesome. Marvel Legends. So like I said, we just showed a couple there, but there's going to be plenty more of that type of figures coming. So Marvel Legends, this is the rounding up of the year. You've seen it down the case, the Scarlet Spider-Man costume of last year, classic version of Black Panther, the Wrecker Bulldozer, which finalizes the Wrecking Crew, which I know you guys have been, we were all very excited about, to actually be able to create a team and deliver the team. Modern Hawkeye, classic Hawkeye, two different versions of another great Avenger.
Classic now instead.
Two versions of my favorite ex-girl, Jean. And then the Build-A-Figure, the mini Rocket Raccoon in his classic Guardian of the Galaxy look. So the final wave of Marvel Legends in its current form is the Marvel Now version of Thor. It's a really, really impressive, massive sculpt if you guys have seen it down in the case. Agent Venom with some symbiote strands ripping out of his back. The strands are actually pretty cool. They're designed as such they can hold all the extra weaponry that he comes with, so he can have like up to 6 blasters sticking out over his back, as well as the ones you put in his hands for a really, a big throwdown, whatever villain he so chooses. And then Masters of Evil swap with Tiger Shark and a translucent radioactive man.
Oh, come on, Timmy Variants. Variant.
And then some more, a little bit more love just to round out one more cast member of the Thunderbolts. We'll have a deco tweak for Moonstone, and then Songbird, who once more, I don't think she's ever had a figure before this. So there you go.
Songbird, and the Lethal Legion, a couple of its members, Blizzard, and the most magnificent mustache in comics, Batroc the Leaper. With Puck being said, this is the final of the mini Build-A-Figures. So if it's the final mini Build-A-Figure, and we're still doing Build-A-Figures, I guess that means things will be getting a little bit bigger for next year.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Finally! Yeah! Finally!
we're happy to have Jubilee in the line, not just because she's been well missed for many, many years in Marvel Legends, but that gives us a new teenage-scale female body, which is something that we've never had, which now opens the door to fantastic.
I don't want any teenagers' bodies.
Another tool in the shed.
Is it X-23 buff, probably?
So, sneak peeks. As Marvel Legends evolves, as everything must do or it dies, we are going to be infusing Marvel Legends going forward, for now, in our movie branding. Similar to what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, so those of you who are paying attention to what's going on in retail today, you saw this year we did an Iron Man 3 Legends assortment. The second wave is hitting retail about right now. For those of you who are big Legends fans, and that's been hugely successful. It's been very strong. We actually started experimenting with this last year when we did a movie-focused 6-inch scale for Walmart as an exclusive program. It wasn't branded in Legends, but it was very similar. Great deco, great articulation. We're taking the lead of what we did in 3 3/4 and twisted it slightly. We wanted to maximize and increase the amount of SKUs we have on shelf. So going forward in 2014,
Is that for now?
all of our Legends assortment.
No, is that for now?
For now.
Yeah,
It's
still gonna be branded Legends, but it's all gonna be
still be
themed.
great class of characters as well. It's going to allow us to, basically triple the SKU facings of Legends at retail.
It's gonna triple
next
SKUs
year.
of Legends.
So the first two that you're going to see are Captain America. You're also going to see Spider-Man.
Classic,
And the other one too that we're not going to talk about today.
Boo.
So, that being said,
Yes.
let's talk about what you do know. Yeah, in the case, a gentleman asked me yesterday, he was concerned that on the Iron Man 3 Wave of Legends, which is out now, most of our new tooling was going into the movie characters, which is obviously true, because we don't have those things to look at before, and we need to make all new to match the fantastic costumes that are being developed by the Marvel Studio side of the business. But in front of you, you see a 100% new Marvel Captain America Marvel now. So we are still working really hard to find the opportunity to put 100% new classic or other characters out there as well. It won't just be going forward 100% new movie characters and then a head and a belt or something, or just redecorating the classic. So we're going to try to find a nice balance of getting some great new sculpts out there for you that way. So you've got Captain America, modern version of Baron Zemo. You guys like that one?
Yeah!
And why stop there? Let's show you something else.
Yeah! Aim soldiers, finally.
Red Skull, Aim Soldier.
Yes.
As of last year's philosophy, this would have been a swap. This would have had the Wave 1 mentality and the Wave 1.5 mentality. There was a lot of issues with getting this variance out to you. So we worked very hard with our engineering counterparts, and we came up with a new scheme, because that's what we do. We scheme. We find ways to manipulate, bend, and if necessary, break every rule we possibly can to get the right things out to you as easily for us and for you.